Hey, it's Jeff at 650 Cycle. I've been putting off the wiring harness on the XS Cafe. It didn't just lay in there like I had intended, so I've kind of been putting it off because I knew I was going to have to reconfigure some things. And I've been kind of busy. The weather's kind of off and on, and I've been trying to ride. And today, April 18th, it snowed. So definitely not riding today, so we had some time, and I felt motivated enough to mess with this. So let me show you what I did. All right, so the battery sits right here, and I had the ECU, ICU, whatever they're called, right here. And for some reason, the one on this bike is huge. Normally they're a little bit bigger than that, and this one is, hang on, let me show you. The ones for these bikes are this big. Compared to the battery, it's like the same size as the battery. It's pretty big. Normally they're considerably smaller, but that's what I got to work with, so we're gonna go with that. So I had the regulator mounted on the front of my battery box up here, and with the ECU in here, it just didn't leave room for this particular fuse panel. Not an ideal fuse panel, but this is what I want to go with. So I pulled the regulator off the front, and I'm going to mount that in here. It works well because the plug for it is right here. And then I'm going to mount this to the box, and what I did with the ECU was set it right up here. So I'm going to mount it up here on the front side of this box. Right now it's touching the backs of the pods, and I do know that what I've read and heard is that the MGO pods, which these are not always the best. There is a restrictive ring on the inside, so if I can't modify it, I may end up getting some different ones. I'm looking at the unis, whatever they're called, UNI. I kind of like the way those probably would fit in here, but I'm making progress today. See, that's all of this is tail light and turn signals. And then I got a couple of boxes that need mounted somewhere, somehow. I have everything pretty much jammed up in here that's going to get jammed up in here. I don't know if there's another tab in there or not. These kind of got to stay close to wherever this goes. Oh, there's still a tab under there. Maybe I just throw them underneath there. We'll see. We'll see. Not a real clean installation down there, but could be where they end up. So I guess maybe it took some motivation, some cold weather to motivate me. I don't know. Just felt like getting to this today. At some point, I will get these drilled and mounted, secured, and probably show you that when I get that done. Wow, that one is dull. I don't know why they're so dull. I've got a really good organizational system here. About that size. It's not so dull. That one's about too. I'm a little hard on drill bits, I guess. Let's go with one of these to get a hole cut. Yeah, I'm thinking this size. Welp. Is that skinnier? Maybe if you go up to one of these, see if that'll go through. I don't really like using Phillips head if I don't have to. I have to drill that out. Maybe. Yeah. Might go through. I think this might be my better bet. Ooh, that's gonna be about perfect. Washer, washer, washer. Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. I could turn the light on. I don't believe. Do not believe I have anything this small. So I need that. I need about 4 hands here. Because I don't want to mark that wires up. Okay, I got a mark on there. Put this out. Oh, that's real clear right there, real clear. There. Okay. That's where it's going to sit. I just got to secure that. That's clearing my battery pretty good. You can get to the fuse box, which before you couldn't. And that's under there. The ECU ended up moving under there. I have to mount the voltage regulator in here yet. Wow. Ouch. A sharp edge right there. Cut me. It cut me. So where's going to be a good spot for that? Because this has to plug in. Just like that. To this harness. And I would like for all of it to come down this way. So where is this going to fit the best? I'm thinking like right there. Or do I curl it? Ouch! Man! Have a new battery. Would it have bothered me to stick it through that tire? No, because I can't get that tire to come up on the bead anyways. Fine. Do it the right way. Wow, is that bit ever gone? It won't even go down in the hole to widen it out. Yay, yay, yay. If anybody wants to get me a Christmas present, give me some drill bits. I think that'll work. I'm not 100% crazy about all this mumbo jumbo up here, but I think this one popped out of the hole. I got 2 of them that are on a real short harness off of this, which is the rear brake switch. That's what this is. I'm not even sure what these are. If these are the blinks, I don't know. But there's a spot for them there, but honestly, it doesn't look good because it's a nice clean setup. And then I've got those hanging there, so I'm gonna have to do some work on that. So I got this one set. These are drilled, and this one's set. I have these drilled. I don't have a nut on there because I couldn't find a nut for the bolt that I decided to use. I need to drill the front out and figure out how and where I'm going to mount that. Oh, you know what? I might not need to. I'm going to have to drill the bottom out. I'm going to do the cheesy setup for right now anyways, and just drill it and put a zip tie around it, top and bottom, to hold it in place. And then I have to figure out my wiring, because I need to keep this over here, because my main harness comes through this side pretty well, pushes the battery up over here, so I need to get this mounted to here, and I need to get my negative cable run. Maybe another day. It's not happening today. Progress has been made. Time to make some room. Some people love their mowers. This is utilitarian. It does its job. I hate working on it, and it never seems to fail that anytime I go to use it, I have to fix something. I hate lawn equipment. That's better. Plenty of room in here until I get another motorcycle. Much better. So much more room for activities. All right. On to this. You can see from the first part of this video, it was April 18th, and now it's October 10th. So like something like 8 months has passed. And I didn't think that I had done anything with this bike, but going back and looking at that video, I did notice some things that got done with this, and some things got done out here in the pole barn that kind of explain why I didn't get as much done on this. Let's take a quick look at what got done in the pole barn. First and foremost, I painted my floor. It was blue, and the blue looked really good when I first put it down, and then it wore out. And in, what was it, 3 years? I think it was 2019, and it's 22 now. So about 3 years, and it needed to be completely redone. I thought about putting an epoxy down, but I don't know how to fix that. In 3 years, I can repaint this, and it'll be fine. It's already chipping, just randomly peeling up. The big news, this is not a man cave because I despise that term. This is my lounge, all right? I have a couple of chairs. I'm going to have a furnace over here. I have a map of the states that I've ridden through and the stickers that I pick up along the way for a display. That was something I really wanted to do. Got my TV up there for watching my favorite YouTube influencers. But most importantly, coming back to the XS Cafe, I did get some stuff done on this summer. I have new skins front and rear on this bike. I did get a lot of this wiring cleaned up in here. I still have some weird stuff going on, but a lot of it got cleaned up. I tucked these under. This is the headlight interrupt relay. This, I believe, is the blinker relay. And then there's all this other stuff. I changed those blue ones over. Oh, I don't know where somebody came up with those, but so I've done a little bit with it, just not a lot. I got sidetracked, and this got a little difficult, and I made it more difficult than what it was, and I made it more difficult in my head. I wasn't getting any blinks, and now I have blinks. They work great. The problem was I had a bad switch up here. It wasn't working the way it should. And right now I have everything except a headlight, and I'm not so sure that's a problem because I think that headlight interrupt is what's causing me to not have a headlight. It keeps the headlight off until you hit the starter. Once you hit the starter and it gets running, then the headlight comes on. I think that's the way it's supposed to work. It's been my experience that it doesn't actually have to start, but I'm going to push forward, and I'm going to hook up all my wiring in the back a little more permanently than what we got here. I'm going to clean all this up. I'm going to get this cleaned up and tucked up and put where it needs to go. And I'm going to be doing all that little stuff this week and trying to get that done. But this bike project needs to move forward, and I'm at that point where I'm moving it forward. It is October 10th. It is getting cold. It was 38 degrees this morning. I rode anyways, but it's getting to the point where you're not going to want to ride very much. Well, I'm not either. You see that bike over there? That's a Virago XV250. And that one runs okay, but I got one that runs much better that I've been riding. And that is another thing that moved its way in front of this and has pushed this back. And now, instead of taking little steps with this, I'm going to take big steps, and I'm going to push, and we're going to push and push and push. Another thing that happened with this, let me show you this. I had a buddy paint my tank for me, and it looks amazing and phenomenal, and there's no way it would have ever come out that nice looking if I had done anything with it. So once I got that done, the brown seat didn't match anymore, so I ordered a black one, and it all looks pretty good on there. I'm not going to put it on there right now because I got other things to do. I've definitely been protecting the paint on that tank, but I'm going to keep moving forward with this. I've got time this week. I don't have stuff going on after work this week. I don't have anything going on this weekend, so I have time finally to move on with this and to push this. And I'm going to push, and I'm going to get this stuff the way it needs to be. So hang on. Hang on. Start the day like this. Got the new petcock on, the new fuel valve. Don't have it hooked up, there's no reason. It's coming off in a minute anyways. Gonna work on the wiring today, and just kind of wanted to give you a shot of what this bike is going to look like. Isn't that fantastic? That tank, that seat, it's just fantastic. Let's get to this thing. Making progress, check it out. Had to change out the battery because I left it on and it killed the battery. I have a tail light. Check this out. I have a brake light that activates off the front brake, one that activates off the rear brake. I have a left blink and a right blink. I like that it kind of scrolls out. They're pretty bright actually for what I paid for them. I didn't pay much at all. I got the back pretty much the way I want it. I'll settle for it, I guess. And then now I got to move to the front. There's a couple things in the battery box that I need to secure. This needs secured. I think that's it. And then I'll move up to the front. That's going to be a problem. Look at this. Look at this. It's meant for much longer bars. We may end up shortening these. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think there's enough space in here to stuff everything. So. Well, let's take a look. Did a little work this morning. Got a tail light. Got a brake light off the front brake lever. Got a brake light off the rear brake lever. I got left turn signal. I got right turn signal. Still haven't figured out the headlight. I'm not sure what's going on with it. Left turn, right turn. And the cancel doesn't really like to work. Well, I think I'm done for the day. I have tail light, brake light, blinks on the rear. I have blinks on the front. Still don't have this. I just fired it and it didn't come on at all, which means that headlight cutoff switch circuit is not working correctly. Have to look into that a little bit, see if I can't get my headlight to work. I'm looking into getting a little bit shorter cable here. My throttle cable binds a little bit. It could be a little bit shorter, so I'm looking into that. Clutch cable's okay. It'd be nice if it was a little bit shorter. It's very firm clutch action. I have put it in gear and eased the clutch out, and it wants to pull forward, so I know that's working. Overall, I'm happy with my progress today. Here's what I have to do yet. There's a bunch of little stuff that's got to get done. I got to get the speedometer hooked up, and I got to get a connector for that. I have to get the headlight figured out, have to bleed front brakes, and then there's a bunch of little tweaking, fine-tuning type stuff. But we're super close at this point, and I put the tank and the seat back on it just so we could see what a fine looking machine this is. It really gets me going to see it like this. I'm very happy, and cannot wait. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe to the channel for more content. I will continue working on this and documenting my progress and uploading when I get stuff done. This video was a little bit longer because I started it in April, so it's essentially 8 months worth of content, even though I didn't work on it for probably 7.5 of those. I've hit it pretty hard the last couple weeks, so make sure that you subscribe, and you will get to see all of the content on this that I put together. If you're out riding, ride safe.